In this video, I'll be showing you how exactly you can improve your entry confirmation, which means you will not just be jumping into trade. You will be refining your entries in order to get a high probability trade entry. And two conditions we'll be using is our indicator window, which is the commodity channel index. Looking at my setup, you can see that this is a relative strength index. The period is 9. You apply to close, and the style is 1 pixel here at the level, and then the commodity channel index, as you are seeing exactly on my screen. So after your setup, you will have something like this. Now the focus of this is not about buying over. It's not about using the commodity channel index to determine overbought or oversold. That is not the goal. I don't believe personally in anything like overbought and oversold using the window indicator, either RSI, stochastic, or whatever. I only can take that price has reached a certain level when there is a confirmation of the price action. But depending solely on indicator is not enough to prove that you are in an overbought or oversold zone. So looking at this, you can see if we are to follow this particular scenario, look at what is happening here. It's already telling us overbought, right? Which is here. But you can see that price is still pushing up. And that is why the concept of telling you once price is at 90, sell, once price is at this level, buy, is not the best confirmation signal. So in this video, I'll be showing you the exact way you can take advantage of the commodity channel index, the indicator window, to maximize your trade entry. Hello and welcome to Royal FOREX Academy. Thank you to all our new subscribers, and if you are coming across our video for the first time, do well to go through our previous video, and we'll encourage you to please give this video a like, share, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you'll be the first to get notified when we upload our next video. So two conditions we'll be using in doing this. Number one is our divergence. One of the functions of our commodity channel index is for us to identify divergence. This is divergence. What is divergence? Divergence is when price is giving us a higher high. In the case of an uptrend, you can see this is a higher high. But look at our indicator window, the CCI is giving us a lower high. So which means that the CCI is doing the opposite of what the price action is doing. So what does that simplify? It simply communicates to us a signal that a reversal is imminent, which means a reversal will happen later, not immediately. The mistake some of us made is that immediately we spot divergence, we jumped into the trade. No. Once you spot that signal, it's only telling us that a reversal is imminent, not that you should begin to sell in an uptrend, because divergence does not happen or play out immediately. Alright, so it's a signal, which means, for instance, if you are in a buy trade from here, once you spot this divergence, you begin to exit your trade. That is what it means. Or you take partial, or you adjust stop loss depending on what suits you. So we use this CCI to determine our divergence. Then secondly, for us to verify our entry confirmation. Now, entry confirmation in terms of what? Let me give you an example. We'll go to our higher time frame, and on this higher time frame we'll mark out our zone. Now if you look at this particular scenario, here we have a smart candle here, so we mark this zone of our smart candle. That is the zone clearly marked out. Now what happened? Look at how this is applicable. Come to your H1. Look at this. Here now is our confirmation. So what do? We only use this CCI to validate. We are not doing overbought or oversold zone. What we did now is that we are using the CCI to confirm only when price has come into our point of interest. We have established in our previous videos that our point of interest can be a support and resistance, it can be an order block, it can be a fair value gap, it can be a smart money cube. So what you do, you use your CCI to validate this. Not just that you just buy randomly. If you would have bought randomly, look at this. Price was here. If you would have bought here, you see that price still continue to the downside. Why? Because it has not come into the zone. So what do? You can see this, and then you pay attention to candlestick. You see rejection, then this candle, then followed by this particular bullish candle. So now look at this, your entry would have been here, and before you make this entry, allow your CCI to cross the level of this 20. So between this candle formation, CCI would have crossed, and that is a buy trade for you. So that is how you use it to confirm your entry. Now look at this particular scenario in terms of this divergence. This divergence, price has already dropped. Remember, I've told us earlier that do not struggle to look for reversal trade. Always look for a continuation trade. Immediately this happened, price present us with a bearish flag pattern. This is a pattern. So now immediately we have this bearish flag pattern. What do? We now look at our CCI in order for us to validate our trade. In this scenario, our CCI is already below the level of 50. So if CCI is below the level of 50 zone, as you are seeing, CCI is below this 50 zone, and if that is the scenario, once price break out of your chart pattern, look at this candle, close below it, you make your entry, you put your stop loss here. Here is your stop loss, here is your entry based on this candle. The same thing is applicable if you are to take this entry on a lower time frame. And remember, CCI is below the level of 50. But there are situations whereby CCI will cross above 50. In such scenario, wait for CCI to cross 50 back to the downside, because you are looking for a sell continuation. But if this is on a 15-minute time frame, you will realize that this CCI will be coming from the level of 90 and 80. And I will take you there in order to explain this I just described. Can you see this now? This is the pattern on this particular time frame. And before this pattern plays out, I want to show you something. The same divergence happens on that lower time frame. Can you see that? And now look at it, price break out of it, went and then break. So your entry now would have been on this particular candle. Your stop loss is here. Now look at your CCI. Your CCI is below 50. So you make your entry. This is how we use CCI to confirm our entry. So if CCI is coming from this zone, you allow it to cross 80. But in this scenario, it is not. So you make your entry from the cross of that 50. The same thing is applicable to a buy trade. Now this is a downtrend and this is volatility 75. So at the moment, price has been ranging since yesterday and we know that we are in a downtrend. So if I look at this is a downtrend. All I need to do is for me to mark out this particular formation. I will mark this out. I will mark this out. If I am to sell, because this is a downtrend, what do I want to see? I want to see price come all the way here. Let price move all the way to this zone. And then once price move here and it break out of this pattern, by then either CCI is still coming from here or CCI has already left here and then CCI is already at the 50 zone. In order for this price to come all the way down, then I'll wait for CCI to close below 50 and it break out of this. You can make your entry immediately or you wait for price to go back, retest it and then give you a candlestick formation to the downside. As well as you can come to your 15 minutes. This is the pattern playing out on 15 minutes. So what do you want to see on 15 minutes? On 15 minutes, this should also break out of this zone. And then your CCI will be crossing this 50 zone. You make your entry. Since it is not coming from 90, if it is coming from 90, it has to cross the level of 80. And if this price is going to make a retracement, all we need to do is for us to identify our point of interest. You identify your point of interest and wait. I am marking this point of interest because I say that there is a liquidity sweep of that zone. So I am marking this point of interest and then what do I want to see now? I will want to see price to pull back inside this point of interest. And once price is there, this also will be at this upper side. And at times, if this pullback is happening, maybe when price gets here, you begin to see a sign of divergence, which will communicate to you that you have come to the end of that particular pullback. And you can validate your entry immediately. But mind you now, when price gets to this zone, the fact that price just get into this zone is not enough for you to make an entry, because price is here and CCI is here. It's not enough for you to make an entry. Price can be here and CCI will even give you a divergence. It's not enough for you to make an entry. It will only be enough for you to execute a trade order when you get a confirmation. Either you go to your lower time frame to get a candlestick pattern, which can be price can come here and either give you an M pattern or still give you even a divergence here, or it will give you a bearish, either a bearish engulfing pattern or even give you a bearish pin bar, and then you look for your entry. you will always need a price action first before you pay attention to your indicator window. If you don't have a price action indicating a reversal, you have no business with indicator window. You can only look out for indicator window if you have a divergence, and once you have seen a divergence, you will need a confirmation of price action first for you to enter your trade and use the same divergence again to the same commodity channel index to validate your entry. So this is exactly how you will incorporate this into your trading, and you will realize that your result will become a very high profitable trade. Remember, you determine your trend, you mark your point of interest, can be a resistance, order block, supply and demand zone, smart money cube, fair value gap. If you don't understand any of this concept I just mentioned now and how to identify it, there is a video on this channel. You will see it, how to identify smart money cube, how to trade smart money entry. You will see how to identify valid order block. All of these are splitted in single videos, which you can now watch and then incorporate all of it together in finding your trade entry. Thank you for watching to this time, and please do not forget to give this video a like, share, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you'll be the first to get notified when we upload our next video.